a briefing yesterday, and I think quite a helpful briefing by the South African Weather Service on how, firstly, it formulates weather predictions, also how it formulates long-term predictions, and what challenges does a changing climate uncertainty, what role does it play when it comes to weather prediction in South Africa. The SA Weather Service predicts that this winter, the Western Cape will see less rainfall than expected for this time of the year. Some good news for those who live in generally flood-prone areas. It's what we've seen in recent winters, but of course, water, a scarce commodity. Our dams are looking generally in good shape, but we traditionally rely on the rainy months to recharge those dam levels. So joining me now is Dr Christien Engelbrecht, lead scientist for long-range predictions at the SA Weather Service. Good morning, Christien. Really appreciate your time. Let's start with the challenges that unpredictable climate is posing for weather prediction. Not just me deciding what I'm going to wear when I wake up in the morning, whether it be warm, cold, windy, breezy, but also when we look at the heavy rains that we've been experiencing in the east of the country, in KZN, just over the last few weeks. What is the state of being able to predict a weather system with this unpredictable climate that we're experiencing, brought on by climate change?
Yes, good morning. Thank you very much for the invitation. Yes, so when it comes to the prediction of events like the ones in KwaZulu-Natal, usually when a few days ahead, what we refer to as on the short-range timescale, then the predictions are quite good, actually very good. The challenge comes in when one wants to know what a few months or so what the conditions can be like. For that, usually over our summer, the areas of the country that receive summer rainfall, there our ability to predict whether a season may experience above normal rainfall compared to climatology, or what one typically receives during that time of the year for that area. There we are quite successful during certain times of the year, especially during the midsummer period, for mostly the eastern parts of the country. So for the Western Cape, the challenge remains when it comes to predicting on what the rainfall situation might be a few months in advance, or on what we refer to as a season ahead. So that remains a challenge. Yeah. That's part of climate variability. Within the climate change context, in terms of temperatures, the predictions are, let's say, for example, predictions of heat waves. Changing climate, the warmer climate, temperature predictions are more reliable and more skillful than rainfall predictions. But in general, climate change for the Western Cape, if we look at rainfall, the projections is for fronts to be further south. So in a sense, one can experience drier conditions within a warmer climate.
Yeah, so let me look at some of the current dam levels that feed into the Cape Metro. We're currently at about 65% as of yesterday. I'm looking at the latest current dam levels. Nothing to be concerned about, but we generally use our winter months to recharge our dams so that they are then utilized for the drier summer months. So you're saying that we're going to be seeing probably some cooler weather, traditional Cape Town cooler weather, but those frontal systems going to be south of Cape Town, so not much of that rain falling over the Metro and our dam catchment areas.
Yeah, within a changing climate, that is the projections, that there's going to be a higher frequency of winter seasons where the fronts are going to be further south and failing to make landfall. So in the future climate, that is definitely a challenge. For the current winter prediction now of 2025, the below normal rainfall prediction suggests that can be the case now. So then it poses a challenge, especially for the upcoming periods after the winter rainfall season. If indeed the prediction materialize for rainfall to be below normal, so that is something of that is definitely a concern, because winter months.
Concern for our dams, but also concern for our farmers here in the Southwestern Cape.
Definitely, yes.
Do you work with organized agriculture in the long-term forecasting and planning on what to do when it is expected to be a water scarce period?
Well, we in the research department of the South African Weather Service, we are responsible for providing guidance in terms of the rainfall and temperature outlooks for upcoming seasons. But then there are other departments also outside of the South African Weather Service which engage with the agricultural industry in terms of to provide guidance in terms of how to mitigate the potential deficit in rainfall that is predicted. So there are definitely engagements, but I must say farmers are very resilient, and climate variability is part of the climate system. So that they are really, they know what to do for their own specific situation when it comes to managing climate variability.
Dr. Christien Engelbrecht, I have to leave it there, lead scientist for long-range prediction of the South African Weather Service. A drier than usual Cape Town and Western Cape winter period is being expected.